And if the APS boss is right, kids in classrooms will soon suffer. Good evening. Albuquerque School Superintendent Winston Brooks has sounded a new alarm, warning late today that the district may be facing more than $60 million in new cuts.
He thinks that could be the worst-case scenario after the legislature and the new governor grapple with the budget cuts come January. News 13's Jim Winchester is live at APS headquarters near I-40 in Louisiana.
Diane, Brooks delivered the bad news today in APS's weekly newsletter. In his newsletter message released this afternoon, Brooks writes, "We have to be working on a plan now. We can't afford to wait until January." Brooks writes that in a best-case scenario, APS will have to cut tens of millions of dollars. At worst, $64 million. After trimming more than $40 million from the budget earlier this year while avoiding layoffs, Brooks said at the time that there was nothing left to cut besides jobs. We wanted to know how he came up with the $64 million figure, and we wanted to know what is now on the chopping block, but Brooks would not comment today. On the APS website, Brooks wrote, "The district is a long way away from final decisions. Parents we spoke with cringed at the idea of more cuts."
I can't imagine what would happen if we took another 10% cut. I mean, the classes are huge and the teachers are not supported with any, EAs or any other kind of support.
If they cut the budget, it's going to make it harder for our kids and harder for us, harder for the teachers.
With Susana Martinez getting ready to take over as governor and the start of the legislative session looming in January, the newsletter could be just one of the many alarm bells we'll hear over the next couple of months, meant to drum up opposition to cuts in education. In response to Brooks's message, a Martinez spokesperson told us, quote, "As was pledged during the campaign, classroom spending must be protected, and resources must be spent in a smarter fashion." The head of the APS Teachers Union says more cuts aren't the answer.
It's devastating for everybody. I mean, to think about what education's going to look like.
While Susana Martinez has said that she will not cut classroom funding, she has said that they will look for new ways to make bureaucracy in public education leaner. Diane, back to you.
Okay, Jim. Right now, APS has an operating budget of $616 million. APS says that nearly 90% of that is used to pay salaries and benefits for the teachers' 14,000 employees.
A week